I think we're just gonna go ahead and start it out here. Let's go. Gotta create that save file. Okay. Hiding oyster. His body is ready. Alright. Here we go. This game is fiction. All names, characters, and incidents portrayed in this production are fictitious. Oh, I guess I gotta advance it. Okay. That was kind of scary looking. Normal things don't scare me anymore. Graphical issues scare me now. Alright guys, just remember to tell me if you can hear the sounds all that well, because that kind of sounded faint to me. But just let me know. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open. As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surroundings. Ow! With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping in empty air. His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor. Ow! God damn it! This is a standard DS. And what's cool about it is if you miss it, the text kind of stays here for a while on the side, so if you miss it, you can still read it. Anyway. God, what the hell? Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and he finally understood where he'd fallen from. It was a bed. A 3-level bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen, apparently from the topmost bunk. His shoulder hurt, his knee hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead where he'd slammed it against the low ceiling. He wondered if the bump was the reason he felt his vision wavering a bit, but that seemed unlikely. At first, he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening, but as he looked around, he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking. If I pause, it's because I'm looking up at you guys' chat. Just to let you know. Was it an earthquake, he wondered? It didn't seem likely. It was shaking far too quickly for an earthquake. Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake. He tried to tell himself it was important. Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. It was spooky, and muttered to himself, "Where am I?" His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of his confusion of the circumstances, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Then as suddenly as they began, the tremors ceased. A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking. He felt his stomach tighten. There were 1,000 things that the sound could have been, but none of the things he could think of were good. In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more like an antique than functional. The 3-level bunk bed had a mattress that was so thin that they were more than blankets. They were little more than blankets. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned on it across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written 5. 5? What's this 5 mean? Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull sent the same result. A few more tries cemented the truth in Junpei's mind. It wouldn't open. It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader. It didn't take a genius to figure out that the odd-looking device was keeping the door shut. Junpei knocked hard on the door. Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door! There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door and stopped. What the hell is this? He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of sort he'd never seen before. In the center was a large LCD display. It looked like nothing else so much as a watch, but it clearly wasn't that. After all, it showed only a single number. 5? That's the same as the door. True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what it might mean. All he knew was that it was strange, and he knew he wanted it off. Junpei flipped his hand over as to remove the watch, but the other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps he pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting the date or time, but on this bracelet they did nothing. Junpei was at a loss. What was he going to do? Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However, damn! It's no good. Damn, this thing won't come off. A steel ring ran from the face, around Junpei's wrist, and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off anytime in the near future. What the hell is the deal with this thing? Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode. Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? Why? What the hell happened to me? Oh, I guess that happened. It was at that moment he noticed the window. The window was round, rimmed in riveted brass, like a window from an early 20th century ship. What? Wait, am I in a ship? Junpei walked slowly toward the window. You guys are going to have to be the ones to welcome new people. I can't do it anymore because I'm reading. Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness. Junpei squinted, trying to see something. Anything. It was at that moment. Uh-oh. Oh. What the? You gotta be kidding me. What in the hell's going on here? I think it just went from bad to worse, guys. The crack split the glass off the window, and for a moment Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst, and water began to pour into the room. What the hell? God damn it! I'm sorry, Louis. That's my dog. He got scared. Junpei yelled and spun around. His feet slipping on the water, already coming through the window, he ran for the door. I'm sure the door handle was, or the door lock was linked to the window somehow. It'll sure work now. Hey! Anyone? Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something! There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle-deep in the floor, and quickly rising towards his knees. Things were not looking good for Junpei. Not good at all. Thanks, game. He needed to find a way out, and quickly. Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat off his eyes, and looked around the room. Seek a way out. And now we have control. If you've ever played any of those Flash games that's like escape the whatever, yeah, it's like that. So now I can actually look and check what you guys are doing because we have a pause in the action. Don't worry, none of this is timed, so we're not like on a big hurry. Even though the water's rushing into the room, it will never, we'll never lose. So, how are you guys enjoying it so far? Do you guys like me reading everything, or is there? I mean, I just kind of assume that that's what I would do. Well, we'll see. I'll go for a little bit here. Operations during an escape. During escape, you can move to different parts of the room by touching the bottom screen, or the screen on the right. Since many areas require very exact selection, we recommend you use the stylist. Well, I have a mouse, but searching during an escape. During an escape, you can touch the background to search anywhere in the room. Areas you can investigate will be highlighted yellow the moment you touch them. Depending on the nature of the location you touch, you might find an item or a hint. Begin searching by touching places on the bottom screen. How to move. Touch the triangle icon on the bottom screen. Doing so will change the view angle of the room and move you to a different locations. You can do the same thing by pressing the left, right, and down on the control pad, or the arrow directions on the keyboard. Bird eye view. If you want to know where you are, touch the thing. I don't know what button that is on my key. Whatever. I probably don't need it. This will show you where you are and the direction you're facing. Saving during escape. Pressing start, I'm hoping that's enter, will allow you to save. If you want to quit, we recommend pressing start. Purpose of the escape. To escape. The purpose of each escape is to get out of the room, of course. Robert Green, remember, it's Central Time. Right now it's 4:22, so you guys like me reading it? Okay, good. Because, I mean, I didn't want to just sit here and just read it. It's gonna be boring. I mean, just, like, read it silently. The purpose of each escape is to get out of the room, of course. How do you do that depends on the room. You'll need to search all throughout the room to discover what you need to do to get out. Search for hints and items that may help you find a way out. Oh, we can just go now. We're good? Okay, let's take a look at this thing. Okay, never mind. During escape, investigating certain parts of the room will allow you to obtain items. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Touching the L item on the bottom left will take you to the item screen. While on the item screen, you'll be able to investigate, hold, and combine items that you found. If you want to investigate an item you've found, touch the icon for the item in the screen. And then touch the corner of the bottom screen. Okay, let's take a look at it. An old picture frame. There's a picture of a ship in it. There's screws keeping the back on. Indeed there are. Well, we should probably try and find a screwdriver, shouldn't we? Investigating with an item. Touching an item while on the screen will select that item. While an item is selected, touching L will return you to the room. Investigation screen. If you look down at the bottom left corner of the bottom screen, you should see the icon. This shows that you are holding the item. If you hold an item while investigating the room, you can trigger a reaction. Investigate suspicious areas with different items to see if anything happens. Try everything with everything. We got this. We've played Ace Attorney before. Pressing up on the control pad will select another item for you to hold. Oh, I don't have any other items though. Let's take a look at this. Ooh, a note from a bulletin board. Now it's hard to spin these things around most of the time. I don't want to just get that up there and okay, it doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. That's what we want to see. Take a look at it. The note's got a filled red triangle and an unfilled red triangle in red, and the same thing in blue. Thanks. I guess we could obviously just try and combine this with the picture frame, but that doesn't work, obviously. Let's go back. Okay, a bulletin board. There's nothing on it. Fantastic. There's nothing on the top shelf. What about this? There's a towel next to the sink. Well, I kind of want it. Doesn't seem like there's anything hidden in the sink. It's the only drain in the room. As far as I can tell, the pole that has touched the bed. Very good, Junpei. Very good. Okay. Let's see what we got around this on this side. Ooh. Oh ho ho! A key! Well, let's see if there's anything in here. Huh? Looks like there is. Booyah! A key? Yeah, there's a little blue key in the bottom of this pot. Odd. My key! Spin it around really fast and search it. The key is pretty small. Definitely not for a door. What's it for, then? The key's blue. Is it supposed to open something else blue? Very good, Junpei. Very good. Top notch. This door to the stove. Well, it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was that easy to open. What do we got in here? Ah-ha-ha! Screwdriver. A normal screwdriver. Doesn't seem to be anything special about it. Well, if we combined the screwdriver with this... Well, screwdriver's got those screws off easily enough, and there's a picture. We got the picture. But what's on the back? Oh, oh, tricky. Tricky game. Very tricky. Oh, the trickiest part is to maneuver it so I can see it. There we go. Search it. One triangle thing, another triangle. Yeah. Okay. Someone wrote a bunch of numbers and symbols on the back of the picture, huh? Indeed. Okay. Combining items. If you take 2 items, I already did this! I'm sorry. I did the tutorial before it told me that the game's mad. They may turn into something else. To do this, select an item on the item screen and touch the combined part. Then select the second item and touch the same button. If the 2 items can be combined, you'll receive a new item. If they cannot combine, nothing will happen. A screwdriver, huh? Wonder why that's here. I wonder if there's anything that I might need to use it on. Nothing inside, though. Okay. This is half the game right here. Half the game is doing these escape things, which are... You know, there's no time limit or anything, so it's not really not that... there's no pressure, really. The other half is doing the reading and stuff. There are some hangers on the pole. You know, we always need to take wire hangers when you see them, dude. There's a lock on this briefcase. It won't budge. Let's see if there's anything in the keyhole. No. And we don't know anything about that yet. Let's get out of here. I can't keep looking at the I can keep looking at it till the cows come home. All I'm going to do is find here is that pillow. Damn it! Isn't there anything else I can use? Well, here's a tricky thing right here. See this right here? You need to click on it and click on that. That took me so long to figure out the first time I played this game. Because look at it. Look, it's down here by the camera button. But you gotta click on it and get this little thing. This thing makes all the difference. If we can spin it around the right way. Let's just get it there. No. Again, it could be upside down as well. We don't really know. Ah! I hate this. It's harder than it looks, guys. Trust me. It's... No. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. Alright. That'll do. No to God, that's the thing on it. Okay. It's right on the symbol blue under the blue ones. Hang on. Okay, so that's the right order right there. Okay. So you got a few new things here. Let's take a look at this. Ooh! A key! Spin it around and search it. A small red key. Oh, that's it. Okay. Anyway, a little cutscene here, I think. Yeah. Junpei grabbed the key and shoved it into his pocket. He intended to leave immediately, but something stopped him. His reflection stared back at him from the mirror, but it had scarcely recognized himself. There's us. What's up with my face? His confusion was well justified. His face was drawn and pale, and dark circles under his eyes made him look as though he was nearly dead. Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? Even as he said it, something in his mind opened, a memory bobbed to the surface. It was the last thing Junpei remembered before waking up in the strange room. It was past midnight when he came home. Junpei shuffled up the stairs, excuse me, and opened the door to apartment 201. Inside was his apartment. A small, open bedroom affair. One bedroom, open bedroom. That doesn't sound good. One bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. He moved into it when he entered college, and so far he'd been there for 3 years and 7 months. What's up, Tyrone? He stepped inside and turned on the lights. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life as if waking from a deep slumber. Their cold light illuminated the landscape he'd come home to so many times before. Everything was as he'd left it. The magazines piled high up on the corner, the textbooks collecting dust, the CD cases covering the floor, the jeans and t-shirt he'd worn the day before, then tossed onto the floor. Remember, guys, new people come in, you gotta fill them in. I can't do it, so tell them what's going on.